A lot of people believe that self-defense training is more than just kicking and doing some punching.
In the case of a personal attack, it's crucial to have the power to replace fear with skills, knowledge, and training. So this morning, WECT's Claire Hoffman learning the basics of self-defense at the Wilmington Martial Arts and Fitness Center. I think overcoming fear is probably would be my main concern, Claire.
Yeah, Kim, that's absolutely right. And earlier this morning when I was talking with Dan Burrell, who's the owner here, he said that expression, frozen in fear, can actually happen. So it's really important for everyone to know the signs of when danger is coming and just to really be aware of your surroundings and know what to do ahead of time. Good morning, Dan.
How are you doing?
Good. So we have a big group gathered here this morning, so I'm excited about that, and I know you're here training them in the basics of self-defense. What's the most important thing? What's the beginning?
Being aware, prevention, the biggest things you have to be aware of. See what's coming before it happens. Like you just mentioned, fear plays a huge part in it. If that fear goes up, the heart rate's going to go up. If the heart rate's too high, you're going to be frozen to fear. The blood's going to pull back to the body. You're physically not going to be able to move. That's a big part of it. See it coming before it happens.
So walking around the street, like talking on your cell phone and stuff like that, that's not good. Okay.
Have your head on a swivel.
Okay, good point. And this stuff can happen anywhere, right? What are some of the most common places, I guess, you see this happening?
Actually, the most common place is not a big guy jumping out of the street corner. It's typically the workplace. It's a professional level. People going past your boundaries. That's a big part of self-defense as well as friends, family, or friends of friends, maybe drinking too much, doing some stupid things. We can't just fall off and punch the person. We have to be in control of the situation, know how to deal with it ahead of time or avoid it.
Okay. And I know one of the things you mentioned is you want to try and avoid a fight, but there are a few little key moves, and we're going to go over all of that this morning. So we'll be back in about 30 minutes, and we're going to send it back to Bob and Kim right now.
All right. Thank you very much, Claire. Looking a lot, or maybe being taken advantage of when no one is looking.
Chances are, though, if you are prepared and know how to respond when something like that happens to you, you are going to be much better off. So knowing self-defense is a huge step in that direction. And WECT's Claire Hoffman joining us live this morning to show us what to do. And I think, when you're surprised like that, something has to click in so you know what to do. Right, Claire?
That's right, Kim. And this morning, we're going to go over some very neat, interesting segments that these people have been working on the past few minutes. And the first one we're going to talk about is a break and balance. And Dan Burrell is the owner and instructor here. And he's going to be working with us all morning, going over all these things. Good morning, Dan.
Good morning.
All right, so let's talk about this balance break. First of all, I know you were saying you have 3 points of balance on the body, the top, middle, and the bottom.
Right.
And a good way to get past the person is to break that balance.
Exactly. What we're going to do, Anna's going to be a big bad attacker right here. She's not actually attacking just yet, though. We can't just fall off and strike. We just got to get by her. If I step over here, she's going to step in front. I step over here, I can't get around. So I can't attack her. I can't really do anything that's going to cause me problems. I just need to get by. What I'm going to do, I'm going to break that balance. I'm going to move 2 points of balance, the shoulder and the hip. Right there, it's going to break that balance, move to the side. At a downward angle, one hand here, one hand here. I'm simply going to walk by and push. Very simple technique to simply break their balance.
I like that. And now let's talk about what these people are practicing here. And this is a combination.
Yep.
This is something that all of us can practice here at home.
Yep, this is a kicking, striking, knee, elbow combination here. We want to use our legs first. That's going to have the biggest distance, keep them away as far as whatever leg she steps in, we're going to use our best leg. So we're going to be in the fighting stance. So when she steps in, we're going to strike right here. Little nerve on each side of the kneecap there that when struck can cause motor function and stop the leg so they can't physically move. That's a big part of it right there. Second one, as we land, we're going to strike, punch right to the solar plexus. It's going to knock the wind out of them. So if we hit that, again, they're just going to drop. We're good to go.
Okay.
If that one doesn't work, we're going straight to the jaw. Push the jaw backwards. Wherever the head goes, the body tends to follow. So we strike right there. But what if we miss here? We're going to catch the back of the neck. We're going to bring it right into the elbow.
Ow.
That one just simply hurts. Then we're going to grab around the neck, and we're going to drive straight up. We have 3 points. Head, solar plexus, or groin.
Okay. Well, we're going to let you guys get back to work here. And if you're at home watching this, you just, grab a buddy and start getting to work. Bob and Kim, you guys can even do this at the desk. There's plenty of room for that. Just try and keep the hips down.
A little bit more than on the end of Meet the Parents, have Ben Stiller does that to the camera. He can go a little bit more, but the problem is you're going to have to just keep your senses and try not to panic.
You got to know the steps. I mean, it's got to click right in.
And first of all, be aware of your surroundings before you get into a possible situation.
Sure. And Fitness Center this morning. Good morning, Claire.
Hey, Bob and Kim, good morning. Well, all morning long we've been going over some techniques you can do. This time we're going to focus on choking because the neck is one of the most exposed and vulnerable parts of the body. So oftentimes that is exactly where your target is going to go. So Dan Burrell has been with us all morning. He joins us once again, and our lovely assistant, and they're going to go over just what to do in case somebody unfortunately does go up to you and, put their hands on around your neck.
Yep. What we're going to do, their intention is to choke right on the throat here. So they're going to put the thumbs right on the center of the throat and wrap around. First thing we're going to do is breathe. We don't want to try and fight them off when we can't breathe. We're going to grab around the wrist and drop down. We didn't break away. We just got the pressure off the neck so we can breathe. We can think about what we're going to do next or give us a chance to fight back. What we're going to do from here, we're going to take this hand over top and then underneath. And all we got to do from here is leverage it out. We're not going to pull away. We're just going to go vertical with it. That's going to give us a breakaway. From there, we're going to do that again. Down, breathe. Over, under, break away. Now we're going to grab. We're going to strike the back of the elbow. We're going to push hard, drive them down to the ground. Once they're down, we trap them to the ground. We can apply pressures. We can go over pressure points, which we're going to go over here shortly. We can bring them back up. One more time with that one. From the choke. Down, breathe. Leverage, grab, drive them to the ground. Trap them, run away, do what you need to.
You make it look so easy. But yeah, it is practice, and everyone who's here this morning, they've been practicing on it, and they've got that technique down. So, and a thing I want to mention too is, a lot of times people think it's always like weak little women who are the targets of all this stuff, and they can't stand up to a man. But I thought it was interesting you were saying like a big man, they have all these pressure points exposed, and so it's actually possible for somebody small in size to take down somebody bigger.
Yes, the pressure points all throughout the body are pushed to the surface, the bigger the muscles are.
Okay.
So the bigger the person is, the quicker they tend to fall.
All right, Dan, we have time for about one pressure point. So are we going to do the choking one?
We're going to hit this one right here. We're going to hit the jugular notch. Right underneath here, very exposed. We're going to push in, and I'm going to push down and take them down. Even if that one doesn't work, we simply strike inwards towards the throat, get them to choke a little bit.
Okay. Sounds good. Well, thank you so much. We'll be back later with our final look at what you can do to defend yourself against attackers. Bob and Kim? Hey, Kim, good morning. Well, one of the most important things to remember is that if you're facing an attacker, you really want to try to avoid a fight because not only will it have legal repercussions, but it's also the worst case scenario. So some of the things we're learning today are just like small, easy tactics that you can use to really give yourself an edge over your attacker. Get out of the way and let them on their own way. So Dan Burrell here once again this morning joining us, and let's go over some other really important things we all need to know.
Okay. We're going to go over a brachial shot here. We're going to strike in the side of the neck here. What this does, when struck hard, even lightly, can cause them to stop motor function, essentially in the entire body. They could see stars, or they can go all the way to the ground, unconscious, unable to move for a moment. But what we're going to do to practice this on, we're going to strike either the palm of the hand or the back of the hand, and we're going to be striking straight through or backwards. We're going to do this from a punch defense. Punch defense is one of the most common attacks coming through is that right arm punch. We're just going to block it. Simple block this way, follow it up, strike it to the side. Or, if that's a very strong punch and we're not sure about it, we're going to use both hands to block right there and then striking backwards. Very important not to strike and come right back. We don't want to lose our energy. We want to go straight through it. Pretend you're shooting 6 inches into that target. So when it comes through, drive into the target that way. Don't pull back.
I thought it was interesting how you were telling us that this is something that police officers and other law enforcement, SWAT team members, is something they all use.
It's highly effective. I've known many officers that use this on a regular basis.
Okay. Nice, strong touch.
Yep.
And practice makes perfect.
Exactly.
Okay, I think we might have time for just one more quick move.
Okay.
You want to show us one other thing?
Let's do ground defense right here. This is another highly useful technique right here when we're underneath being struck. If they're up high, we need to drive underneath to get their hips over top of ours. When we can control their hips, like we talked about before, hips are part of balance. We're going to hit the hips, we're going to hit the shoulders to take them off balance. Once we're down here, we're going to bump them to get them off balance. Up, grab. If we grab here, that's fine, but make sure we catch underneath the hips so they can't sit back up. We can keep them off balance right there. Once they're off, we trap the foot. We use this one to push and roll. And then we can strike wherever we want to from right there.
And show them who's the boss. All right, awesome. Well, if you missed any of the earlier segments or you'd like to get another crash course in self-defense, you can always come here. I know that they teach people all the time. We'll have all that information for you on our website throughout the day. Bob and Kim, back to you.
All right, thanks a lot, Claire. Well, here's a look right now.